I don't know if I'm live yet. I'm live. Yay. Hi, guys. So far, I have nobody watching, but that's pretty typical because I don't have too many of you guys that are following me. Hopefully, Danny will come on here pretty soon. But in any case, I'm just going to go ahead and start talking until I don't know if I just sit here and wait for people, maybe nobody will show up. I don't know. So I'm just going to go ahead and start chatting with you folks tonight. I did have one of my friends from way back in my college days. Well, I don't know if you'd really call it a college because it was more of like a trade school where I learned TV, radio, broadcasting. Yes, I tried doing that, but I never got into the business of it. Anyway, he had commented on my last video, and unfortunately, I had to take his comment down because he actually called me by my real name, and I'm a very private person, as most of you know, and so. So sorry, Doug, I had to take that comment down because of that. But in any case, he gave me some constructive criticism that that my video was not entertaining, it wasn't interesting, and it wasn't informational, which I know. I'm still trying to find my niche about it, what I want to do for my lives or for my videos. Hopefully this live stream will work better than the last one did. We do not have a storm outside this time, so hopefully this live stream is better. I don't know about the quality of the video right now because as I'm looking at it on my screen, it looks kind of fuzzy and it doesn't look very clear because I'm using a webcam on top of my camera. Because I don't have 1,000 followers or subscribers, I can't use my phone for that. The only live I can do on my phone is through Facebook, and my phone is a track phone, so it doesn't have the best quality either. So anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about some updates of some older videos that I had made. I had posted some videos and then I had taken them down because unfortunately one of my daughters and I our relationship is a little bit rocky. And this is Allison, the one who is pregnant. So let's talk a little bit about Allison. She and the baby are both doing fine. I think at this point, she is now like 27 or 28 weeks pregnant. I might be wrong about that, but she's about 27, 28 weeks pregnant, I think. And so she's more than halfway through her pregnancy. She is starting to get a little bit of a belly, and we do know it's a girl. So the baby's name is Adriana Rose, and she will be born, well, her due date is actually on October 25th of this year. So she will be a winter baby, almost a Halloween baby. And so I will try to keep you updated periodically about how her progress is going with the baby. And so some of you may be wondering why I haven't really been talking about Allison and the baby that much, why I took those videos down. And like I said, our relationship has been kind of rocky lately. And so I won't go into detail about that part of it. But that's kind of why I took those videos down, because she and I kind of had a falling out a few times. And so I decided to take the video of the announcement out. I know some of my older videos say, yeah, look for the announcement video. And then I made the announcement video and then I took it down. And so that's why. And then I had also made the gender reveal party video, and I ended up taking that one down too. I can put them back up, but with my limited funds, I don't have the money right now to purchase the Filmora editing program. So when I go to edit videos, you'll see on some of my videos where the Filmora banner will be on the bottom part of my video. And that's because I don't have a choice right now to get rid of that because I'd have to purchase the program in order to get rid of that part of it. So that's why I haven't been making a lot of edited videos. Now, I know in my last video, I also commented about making my trip down memory lane video. I'm noticing that I'm kind of not in frame here. So I have started working on that video when I was down in Illinois with that concert that I was a part of, the patriotic concert at the end of June. I did film a couple of the places that I lived at down there. Well, actually, all three of the places I lived at down there I filmed. I filmed some of the locations that I had worked at, so that'll be like a part 2 or part 3 to my trip down memory lane. I think I'm going to make it a 3-parter. One will be the houses I lived in. For the most part, I won't be able to show you all of them, but another part will be the schools I attended. Most of them, there's one I'm probably not going to go to, and the third one will be some of the jobs that I have worked at. Some of the places I used to work at no longer exist, so I will show you the building that I worked at, but it's a totally different name to the job that I actually had. The first job I ever had was for a company called St. Paul Book and Stationery, and that was when I was 16. And what happened was I started out as a stock person, and I got hired on right around the holiday season, so like Thanksgiving, Christmas time. And because it was my first job, they decided to stick me as a stock person. And the company, for those of you that don't know about this company, they were like a smaller version of like Office Depot, Office Max, Staples, that kind of thing. They were like an office supply store, but they were also a provider for teachers. So they had like teaching tools, like teaching books, workbooks for all different grades. I think mostly elementary school, if I remember right. They had like the I don't know what you call them, but they had them in like a package where you had like the banners for different, like it would have like apples or numbers or colors or that kind of thing, where the teachers would hang those up on like a bulletin board or around their classroom or something like that. They would have stuff like that there. We'd obviously be really busy around the back to school time and everything. So that was my very first job. Now, the company no longer exists, but the building that I worked in is still there. And it was a very, very small, you'll see it when I go to videotape it eventually. It's a small strip mall that at the time only had 3 stores in it. And now it's got like 2 or 3 stores in the bank. So they've divided it up a little bit more, so the stores are not as big as they used to be. When I worked there, it was St. Paul Book and Stationery, another company called Audio King. I don't know if you guys remember that company. They sold like car radios. I don't know. You know, I never actually went in there, so I know car radios was part of it, and like tape decks for your car. Tape decks, yeah, remember those? And then the other one was Hirschfield's Paint. I know that they're still in business, but just not at that location. So that was my very first job, and I started out making $3.20 an hour. So that was my first job, and so I can show you the building that I worked at. I have done everything from retail to janitorial work for my cousin. I currently work at a grocery store as a cashier, but I used to work at another grocery store in the deli department. I worked data entry for 30 years for many different companies because most of my jobs were temp jobs. So I've done a lot of different kinds of work and that. So I'm kind of digressing off the updates thing here. So, and obviously still nobody's watching, which doesn't surprise me. But in any case, I hope I'm not like yelling because I tend to talk really loud. So anyway, so let's see, another update. Yes, I am still collecting items that people leave out in the hallway here or in the lobby areas here at the apartment that I live in right now. For a while, there wasn't anything that was being left out there because nobody was moving out, nobody was moving in. And now it seems like everybody's moving out of this community because the management here sucks. I don't know if they actually have an actual manager in the office right now. They have like a leasing manager. And the last manager we had ended up, he actually got up and walked out halfway through his shift and quit because it's been so bad here. Now, obviously, they have done a lot of work around here, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Now, the building I live in, I know what I did a couple videos where it was like an apartment. I think I called it something like apartment review or something like that. I did one in the back of the building and then one in the front of the building. I haven't filmed inside because there's really not much to show inside. I mean, there's dirty carpets and the laundry rooms. Here's a stupid thing. Okay, I live in a building that has 3 floors, okay, and it's quite a large building, and there's 2 buildings here on site. I've never been in the other building, but I presume it's the same layout kind of as this one. There's only 2 laundry rooms that have 6 washers and 6 dryers in each laundry room. And I know I've shown you around the outside of the building, so you can kind of see how big the area really is. And to have 6 washers or 12 washers and 12 dryers for this many units is ridiculous. Because sometimes people will go up and one person will use all the washers because like they must only wash their clothes like once a month or something, because they use all the washers at once and then all the dryers at once. And half the time, one of the laundry rooms, they're like electronics, so you don't pay with quarters or coins. You use your credit card. And half the time, the computers are offline, so you can't even use them anyway. So, like, the laundry room is really bad here. The potholes are still really bad out in the parking lot. They still haven't fixed that. I've been here for 4 years. Every management company that we've had here has said, oh yeah, we're going to totally redo the parking lot. Hasn't happened. This last time, all they did was put rock in the potholes. They didn't really fix them at all. They didn't even put asphalt in them. They just filled them with rocks, and now the rocks are starting to come out. So, like, the potholes are getting bad again. So, I don't know why these people are not fixing things around here that need to be fixed. Now, the buildings were built back in the 70s, and in one of the videos from the back of the building, you'll see there's really no playground back there. It's like 3 pieces of equipment. One of them is broken, and it's like red piping. And I'm taller than the monkey bars, if you can even call them monkey bars. So, like, the kids that are around here, they sit there and they play out in the parking lot, which is dangerous because you got cars that are flying through here, even though the speed limit in the parking lot is 10 miles an hour. People fly through the parking lot. They don't care. And so I'm just waiting for the day, which I hope never happens, where the kids are going to be out in the parking lot playing, and then some idiot is going to come flying around and hit a kid. And that's just not safe. They really need to fix that playground in the back, tear it down, and build a new one. And I know that stuff like this costs money, but would they rather have the kids be hurt in playing in the parking lot? I mean, there's nothing for the kids to play on. Seriously, there's nothing for the kids to play on. They have a tennis court that needs to be totally ripped out. They recently, like within the past week, they recently opened the outdoor pool. Now, most apartment complexes open their pools like the weekend of Memorial Day. Yeah, Memorial Day, like in May. They just recently opened it, and this is the end of July. And they're probably going to close it for come Labor Day. I don't know. It looked like it had been cleaned up and everything. It looks like it's been ready to go for weeks and weeks, but they just recently opened it. And their rules are so stupid. Only two residents per unit, per apartment, are allowed in the pool. 2 guests from each apartment? Seriously? That is ridiculous. So they recently opened the pool. So yeah, they still have a lot of work to do at this place. But as I was saying, people have now been moving out of this place. I'm going to be one of them. Sea Dog and I are looking for a townhouse to move into. My lease ends the end of August, so I'm kind of in crunch time here. Sea Dog and Silver Mist live together in the same apartment building, but they live in a different apartment. And so Silver Mist is planning on staying in that apartment. That was the apartment I was in before, and now I'm up here. And so Silver Mist is planning on having some friends of hers come live with her so that they can share in the rent. Don't know if that's going to work out. But Sea Dog and I are planning on moving out of this place and moving into renting a townhome. So we're kind of doing some legwork on that. So I'll keep you updated on that. But we're with everybody moving out now. There's stuff that's being left in the hallway. So I know in one of my videos, one of my most recent videos, like 1 or 2 videos ago, I did mention that I have been taking stuff down to the homeless shelter in downtown Minneapolis, Cheyenne Caring Hands. I wasn't. My car is like on the fritz, and so I don't trust my car to go driving down there. I pray every time I get in my car to drive 4 miles to get to work and back. And the repairs that need to be done on my car are much higher than what the car is worth. So it's not even worth getting it repaired, but I don't have the money to get a new car because obviously if I don't have $40 to pay for Filmora, I don't have thousands of dollars to get my car repaired. But in any case, we used Silver Mist's car and we couldn't get everything in there because I had so much stuff. So I still have, and I went through some of my clothes, and so I've added that to the pile. So I've got like 2 or 3 boxes yet that's sitting in my kitchen, and a little baby seat with like a little mobile on top of it, and then a bag of clothes, like a tall kitchen garbage bag full of clothes that I need to bring down there eventually too. That was like the 3rd trip I've made down there this year, 3rd or 4th, I think. And so I am still collecting stuff, but once I move out, then I don't know, maybe I can get Silver Mist to collect stuff for me, and then I can drive it down there for the homeless. I know that they greatly appreciate all the stuff that I bring down there. The last time that Silver Mist and I went down there were like 5 or 6 people that were dropping off donations. So a lot of people do donate to this place, and I'm really happy to see that because these people have literally nothing. And I know many of the homeless choose to be homeless, and you see a lot of people on the street, even out here in the suburbs. I see people on the street corners carrying their sign, and a lot of these people are asking for money, and most of these people are asking for money to support their bad habits like alcohol, drugs, that kind of thing. I don't believe in giving most of these people money because I don't want to support their bad habits. Now, I'm not saying all of them are that way, but many of them, and you can kind of tell they're disheveled. They definitely look like they've been homeless for a while. Like they haven't showered. Their hair, the men, their hair is long. Their facial hair is long. They're in ratty old clothes, and you can just tell that even if you don't have your windows down, they probably don't smell very good. And so it's probably to support their alcoholism, their drug abuse, all that stuff. Those especially. Okay. We're trying to reconnect. Your connection is unstable. Okay, I think I'm back. Hopefully that doesn't screw up my YouTube. My